Hey, it's Bill coming at you from Santa Monica. I keep forgetting to do the Bill Tardif, live from Santa Monica. I'll keep working on it. I like that better. I get a lot of stuff. Jack just walked by a few minutes ago. He's still got time. I'd still let it slide if he comes back with any electrical motor and says he's already down a bike and a lot of other stuff. But I'm trying to remember all the stuff. I'll go into all of these as I remember. I want to talk about the government, Trump especially. We got it all backwards. And the last thing I want to talk on my mind. Oh, it's time I tell you about me a little more in depth so you understand my way of thinking, because I'm telling you, after today's experiences, I know it's not it's not me. We've just been trained to accept it, and it's not acceptable. I was supposed to go to the doctor's office this morning. I'm sure I said this, to get my head scanned. It's to scan, I found out, it's to get my head scanned for my neurosurgeon to decide the placement of the drain. And so, I don't know what the process is on. I knew it had to be something because I've had about everything you can think of. I've even invented a set of earphones that are much better for that machine. And I'm looking for somebody that wants to get into that. I like to say multi-billion-dollar idea, because there's a billion branches that can come off of it. So, and it's meant for that machine. I mean, I've been in it, and I'm not afraid of anything, but I could see how people would be afraid to death. This would make all of that go away. I mean, all of it. I bet you those people would be able to fall asleep on their own. It'd be that good. And it's no drug or anything like that. It's just relaxation through headphones that I designed because of that thing. So it doesn't matter to me. I got too much going on right now. I'll get to it eventually, but I told my accountant yesterday that he better told him, I haven't talked to him forever. I said that. And so he has no idea where I'm at or what I'm doing or anything like that. I told him I said 2 or 3 hours. That's not nearly enough for what I got planned for him. But there's a reason I keep these people in my mind. He was my accountant right around, I think it was just before I did the Kramer's house, so he doesn't know I did the Kramer's house, I don't think. But he'll be finding out because I gave him this link. So, anyway, I was babbling on. That's what I was afraid of. Let me try and get back onto one of the stuff. Oh, and the last was the bike. Since I got it, there's no way. I mean, I had to ride it today, and that's that. I mean, he had his time. So I got to live with the 3 defects for it to be. The way I do it is I'm willing to give him everything he asks for. I'll show him how to get it. I'm not going to show him how to steal it. I'll show him and give him the means to make it on his own. That's what I told him. Me having to fix that bike to get it back to where I said I was happy with it, which is 10 times easier than where it was. And it's not that I accepted it, because I wouldn't. I find it, I see where he was going with it, so it's an improvement that I didn't see, and I told him that. So now that it's going to be this way, I'm going to trick it out like I would my bike. So it's going to have, I've already got gear shifters in mind right to the pedals so that it feels like my motorcycle. It's a 7-speed already. So I know how I can figure that out. I mean, it's all new, but I already designed it in my head. And I'm going to pimp it out. I'm going to I'm going to rake it is what it's called. Is when you turn the neck of the bike frame, you can rake it either way. I've seen both, but usually it's raked backwards to give the front end a longer, you've seen they call it a choppered front end. That's raked. The further out it's raked, and it's by degrees. You know, that's what makes those, you see, I'm out here in California. I've seen bikes on the street that have rakes, probably a raked front end. I bet you they're 10 feet long, at least. I mean, literally, from the rear, the furthest back side of it, so well, on that bike, it won't be a license plate. Probably the end, it won't even be a fender. It's going to be the back side of the tire, all the way to the front side of the front tire. It's going to be 15 feet long. I've seen them. Not one. Many. A motorcycle that's longer than a car. A regular car. But anyway, I'm not going to do that to it. But I'm thinking a couple of things that would make it sit better. I want a luggage rack on the back. You know, something that looks like it was meant to be there. I'm going to reupholster the seat in leather with whatever color scheme I come up with. I'm going to reupholster the seat, and I might make my own design seat. I don't know. If I'm going to pimp it out like that, I'm going to make a banana seat, I think, with a back on it. So, like if I'm riding a girl or a friend on the back, I can, they'll have the handlebar, I think, the sissy bar to lean back. Hey, brother, how you doing today?
Oh, wonderful. How about you?
I'm fantastic. Have a good day, man. That's the poster plane. So I'm going to do all of those things. I'm going to do it just like I did my bike. I'm going to reduce as much of the equipment. My motorcycles have absolutely, I mean, you have to know where the button to push the starter is. And there's no key. You got to know how to turn it on. I'm not keeping any of my secrets, but you got to know at least 3 steps to get through to make it start. Or pick it up. One of the two. I don't even need it locked. If you can figure those 3 things out, it's all yours. So I'm going to do that to it. I'm going to twist the spokes, everything. I mean, I haven't decided. I'll know as it comes along to me. As it starts, I'm going to start. Remember, I also have to keep riding this. So anything I do, the most I'm going to give up is 2 days' time. So when I get ready to do something, I want no more than the 48 hours. Hey, you too. Have a good day. Be safe on that road. I forget what I was saying. So I know it's about the bike. Yeah, 24 hours? I already said that, didn't I? I don't know. I know I'm going to make everything this will be the most lightweight bike that's a steel frame. But the steel frame for me makes it easier because there's welding shops and such around here. I can make deals with them. And as soon as I get it the way I want it, I can bring it there and I'll say, hey, I need to weld this. Can I sweep your parking lot or organize this or do that? Or is there anything? Always they'll say, okay, we'll do it. And then that's how I get those things done. I don't have to buy a $3,000 welder. I go in. I don't want anything for free. I get it often, but I always tell them that, thank you from the homeless community, and I'm gonna go give somebody a sandwich or something. So, and that's what I tell them. I'll tell them. I said, hey, I had to go get this thing welded on my bike, and this guy did it for me, didn't charge me anything. I tried to do something for him. He's a great guy. He just bought you lunch. That's what I tell him. And and they all know. If they're right in the middle of something, they'll say, oh, I can't get to it right now. They'll come back in an hour, or they'll even ask. I know that they probably come across rude. It's because, first of all, we get looked down upon. If you want to find it, look up the episode with, what's that dude's name? Oh, man, I love him. Oh, yeah, I know how he is. You guys will know him. I can't remember his name right now. But he's the guy that either founded or... he founded FUBU. Yeah, FUBU. He's the black guy on Shark Tank. And now I was telling you about him. Oh, when he dresses up as a homeless person. And he wasn't not on that show, but I can't remember the show he was on. I happened to catch it somehow. And that's real life for homeless people. That is our life. So if we're weird and act that way, it's because you're weird and act that way. We're just humans. And believe it or not, they get the same problems you do. I have friends out here that have husband and wife with kids. And we all make sure they have everything they need. So they're lucky. They got a huge family out here. But I can't imagine, because I've seen places all over this, told you, 43 states I've seen this. And I'm appalled at our country. And any lawmaker that's going to sit there and tell me that I am wrong, let me just hear how long again? Wait, what was that? Oh, I'm sorry, you don't know what it's like to be homeless? Then you don't get to make the fucking law, and I'll use that word because that's the word that fits. Anyway, I'm getting ranted. That's politics. That's what happens with politics. Let's get to something happy. I already did the bike. I think I left the last thing for happy because I usually do. So that politics, that always gets me wrapped up. What's the funny one, eh? Hold on, it'll come to me. Oh, 1 second. I get a guy that I help out a little bit. Hey, brother, how you doing? What you need?
Can I take you a couple of pumps?
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Hold on 1 second. Can you give me like 5 minutes? Yeah, come back in like 5 minutes and I'll have you all set up. Thanks, man. He's, I don't know where he's from. It definitely, I shouldn't say definitely, but, well, my first guess is USSR, but I'm thinking of that whole continent, any of the smaller countries attached with it. That's the accent, it seems to be, and I can't understand him, and he can't understand me. He knows I smoke marijuana, and everyone knows this, but I only get the top grade stuff for myself because it's for me. I mean, medically, it's for me. They all want it, that stuff. So they'll trade me, the people I trust, I'll trade out the better quality weed. And I don't give it away, but I don't charge either. I've always he used to walk every day, and I talked to him. We can't talk, but he knows what I mean. And I'm like, you don't walk anymore. Even though it's got nothing to do with it, I'll use some stupid accent that I think is going to be somewhere along the alignment of what could possibly be another language he doesn't understand. For real, that'll be me. But anyway, that's basically it. We don't understand, but I told him somehow he understands that he doesn't walk as much anymore. So when he comes to take a puff, I'll say it's okay, but that's when I remember, because I don't remember everybody. I do remember what I tell them. That's what it takes. I'll pack him a bowl, but he has to go for a walk. So that's his payment to me. So anyway, that's a good laugh, I think. And I'm 15 minutes, that's plenty. It's not a laugh so much as it makes me smile. And that's what I like. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye until the afternoon, unless something comes up that I forgot. These little ones I add in every time, here and there, that's what exactly they are, afterthoughts. So far I think I'm doing okay. I know I'm doing great, smiling and happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my whole life. In my case, I'm going to start again. My caseworker today, we went to the MRI to get my head scan. I covered that. Got there, couldn't, they changed all that. I'm sure I told you all that. We were coming back, we're almost here, and she says, "You're doing really good," because they always, I know what my issues are. And I'm like, "Why? What do you mean?" She says, "You didn't yell." She said, "I thought for sure you were going to yell and scream, especially where it was their fault, not ours." I said, "No," I said, I'm working on changing. I said, if I was yelling and screaming, it upsets you, and it doesn't fix anybody that did the problem. I said, I'm over it. I said, I'm going to just sit here and I'm going to be happy. I said, whatever the solution is what it's going to be, no matter how angry I get. So, I said, so she goes in to find out what's really going on, because I just went out. I said, I'm going to send my caseworker in, because they start talking about stuff that you can talk to me for an hour about it and just continue repeating it. My method of remembering is not going to happen in that little time that they're babbling. So it's better to get my caseworker to go in, and I know I'm rude, but you're already late by don't sit there and explain it to me, because it's already screwed up my day. You babbling is what's screwing up my day, and that's why I just turn around and say, I'll have her come in and deal with it. And that's what I say. And, it's easiest. And literally I would have been an hour, because I get mad, and I'm right. So I know I'm mad, and I know I'm right. It's hard to control it. So I just get, well, I'm not going to give her name, but I have a lot of caseworkers. One of them was driving me today. She gets back out, she said, well, because I always have all of the possible solutions already in my head. And she said, well, today's a good one. They actually have a real good reason. I said, do they have a real good reason for not calling you? And she said, nope. I said, okay, so it's their fault. Yep. Perfect. I said, that's all we got to talk about. I said, we have a new appointment. Not yet. You're going to get it tomorrow. I said, why am I getting it? She says, well, they're going to call you first. If you don't call, then they'll call me. I said, well, why don't they do it in the right order? They know they can call you. And what are they going to talk to me for? I already signed all of the forms that you can talk to my doctors, everybody. Half of them are doctors anyway. More than half. I'm like, what, do you guys really purposely try and make it harder on us? I mean, what is your job? Because I'm trying to figure it out. The only thing you're really helping me with is making sure I get to there by driving it. I mean, that's it. It's when they start to get their dirty little fingers into the problem. And I mean, it's everybody out here. It's the same complaints from everybody. I know I'm getting angry again, but this needs to be said. It's the politics in the government that is making it so hard for the help that the homeless need. Not the homeless, everybody. It's just human nature. And the government makes it impossible. Impossible. They throw tons and tons and tons of money. I've seen it. Tons. I mean boatloads. Boatloads. And the problem doesn't get fixed. I'm going to fix Santa Monica one way or another. It'll probably take me the rest of my life because of politics. But I got people on my side. I got the residents of this town on my side. And I've got the loneliest, shallowest ones at the bottom, which, when they're happy, are going to make the wealthiest happy because they won't have to look away anymore. So, I'm not trying to change anything other than make it right. And it's time. And I know, I say Santa Monica or Malibu. Only reason I say Malibu, I've never even lived there. I've been there. And I was going to say several times. That's a lie. Oh, here comes my guy. I'm going to help out. So I'll make this quick. This is way more than enough. So I'll watch it a few times before I do tonight, and I'll pick up from there if I need anything to clear up. So I'm going to say, be happy, smile as much as you can, and they are contagious. Have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.